Acquah and I'm graduating from Penn. Next year, I'll be going to Cincinnati, Ohio as a one-year intern. And this is a letter to my freshman year self. Dear Nana, you came into college thinking you had this faith thing all figured out. You grew up in the church after all, and loved Jesus since age 7. After that battle with lust in middle school, you tried to be the quintessential good Christian girl. That's what you thought you had to do, right? Be so good that God couldn't see your mistakes anymore? Little did you know that your attempts to be good would slowly pull you into legalism and perfectionism. But God's going to start redeeming you from that in college. You'll be scared of falling away from your faith, so you're going to join the first and only church you visit, GCC. I promise you'll find an amazing community there, full of welcoming people who truly love Jesus and show it. Don't be afraid when you start realizing that something is missing from your faith. It's okay. God is trying to show you that despite knowing a lot about Him, you don't really know God Himself. You're living in religion, following rules and proving your worth so that He would love and accept you. He's not angry at you as He shows you the depths of your heart. He's only doing it so that He can make you whole. It's not going to be an easy journey though. Early sophomore year, Granny's going to pass away, and your faith will seem to crumble. You'll know she's in heaven, but it's going to take a while to find closure. You're going to get angry at God for taking her away and leaving you with your pain. You'll face a year of wrestling as you question His goodness, His faithfulness, and why the gospel even matters. Know that in the midst of the darkness, God is so near to you. He'll use mentors, friends, and the community He's given you to keep you from running away from Him like you want to. And yes, He'll bring you through. Junior year, fear of failure is going to paralyze you, sending you into anxiety attacks. You won't see it immediately, but God is at work in your emotional chaos. He's performing a painful heart surgery, exposing the lies that you believe about your worth and identity. You'll realize that you've been trusting in your own abilities and efforts to save you, instead of the cross. But Jesus didn't save you just for you to be constantly striving to reach those unattainable expectations you set for yourself. He paid the complete penalty for your sins, all past and future ones, so that you can have an abundant life with Him forever. There's nothing you can do to make Him love you more or less. Even in the midst of your messiness and imperfection, when you feel too flawed to be wanted, He calls you His beloved daughter. And that, I've been learning, is your true identity. Even as you approach graduation, you're going to struggle to believe that you don't have to be perfect to be loved. And sometimes it'll be really hard to trust that Jesus is enough for you. When you feel like God should just give up on you, remember Zephaniah 3:17. The Lord your God is with you, a mighty warrior who saves. He will take great delight in you. In His love, He will no longer rebuke you, but rejoice over you with singing. Even when you think you're too far gone to be redeemed, know that our God isn't finished with you yet. Little by little, He'll pursue your heart until you know just how much He loves you. So get ready. You've got an awesome adventure with the wonderful God ahead of you. Love.